Hey, y'all, it's Levi, Member Solutions on over here with Villain Sport. How y'all doing? Hope you all having a wonderful Acme day. We've got John, aka Chris, aka John, however you may want to address him. His real name's Chris. Anyways, so here's what we're doing here. Chris is editing a video. I did most of my projects are done, out of the way. For those of you who keep asking for animation on the Constantine and who want a part 2 to something that the part 2 was the next episode. There I looked into, and I wanted Chris to be here when I talked about this. I looked into what would effectively be like Chris's side of the call. He's right. Like the last time we did it, we forced it because enough people asked and they wanted it. This one is so polished and fine-tuned, and it is cold everywhere. So try to stay warm, everyone. That's me hitting, not hitting in a mean way. She likes pats. See, she doesn't like it when I stop. But this cat deals with overstimulation. So, anyways, so I had an idea, but we have a bit of an issue. And that issue is something I have to talk with Chris about, but not in the bad sense. It is in the sense of like, while we're here, we might as well make that decision. But I can't see my thing because I have my game open and I have to actually quit it because it can only go so far. All right, give me a second. There we go. So I think it's in Levi to do. Yeah, here it is. So the part 2 of Tyne versus Voldy needs to take place right at the end. It needs to take place. So Napa and Levi are watching a show with snacks and drinks. And it starts with, oh, Constantine really has old Voldy on the ropes. It's supposed to be ropes there, but I was a little out of it. Napa, want to put some money on it? John walks in. Money on what? How long Voldemort will hold out. And I point to the show. And that's when we get to see Voldemort and Constantine fighting each other. We want some actual action scenes. We've been wanting more and more action scenes and kind of see how far we can go. And this would be one of those where Voldemort's effect more running away and casting spells. This would be a good one to test because part 2 wouldn't have a bunch of animation. It's not like 3 minutes of animation. It would have 30 seconds to a minute at most of animation is needed for part 2 of this. And the majority of it is them fighting. Points to show, what are you? John looks at it. We get to see Voldemort running away from 3 large dogs, the ones that I named. Maybe some active him teleporting and spells being slung, however long we want that to be. John goes, what the hell? Why is Voldemort? Levi goes, he tried to fight Constantine and learned real quick how bad of an idea that was. And I left it there mostly because I was falling asleep while I was writing this, which happens a fuck ton. and so I don't know really where to continue.
That's just so exciting.
No, you're right. That's how a lot of my writing happens too. Like that entire like 2-page thing of the hero villain that was when I was out of it. A good portion of my writing, I would say about 50%, not all of it, but about 50%. I'll have an idea and I'll write it down, and then when I'm more awake, it'll be there. But like a good portion of it is like I wake up and I go, the fuck was I even doing here? It's the worst part because it's either A, I literally fall asleep at my desk, which me and Chris have both done, or B, I just give up and walk away. What if the ISRN calls villain sport? So it's really interesting to do those because those characters realistically don't need our help. The reason why I say it's interesting because then we get to go like, what is the situation that they can't handle that we get to be in and have fun with? And I was just talking about Chris about this in regards to Fenrir and his content and the way he's doing his content and everything. Very kind of what if style, but just without worrying about the plot or the lore or anything like that. And he's inserting his own characters and stuff, and that works, and it will work for a while. We used to do that. Chris and I used to do that, but we learned very quickly that if we wanted to make this as big as what we wanted it to, we had to follow the same path that a lot of comedy or YouTube creators that make parodies and stuff do. And you have to think about that stuff in the long term. You have to start thinking, and it was like, okay, there's only so much this overpowered character I created can realistically do before it's just stupid. The Predator versus series, that entire series, the reason why we don't make as many videos as we used to boils down to about 5 comments that we've received in the last six months or so. It's only been the last 6 months or so, and it's only been because Facebook blew up, right? And that is, haven't you done enough of them? And here's the thing. We keep thinking that too. And then we bring it back, and it blows up. We bring it back and it blows up. But here's one of the things that we noticed, and we noticed it early on, and so we stopped doing as much Predator content, and then we'd bring it back, and then somebody would make that comment, right? When we do, 3 or 4 Predator videos, they'll do well. If we do any more than that, there's a good chance the next, 1 to 2 videos, one of them will just bomb. It's not a bad video. It's just enough. It's time to stop making them for a while.
Yep.
And move on.
Hey, Stephen Lockheed, thank you. Levi, feed your cats. Irving, thank you.
Okay. First of all, to the comment about Irving, I'll get to yours. But Stephen, you know that I can't feed them I can't give them extra food more than 3, maybe 4 times. I will give Killer some extra food later tonight, but I really can't give him any more afterwards. He's not. I got to be careful about that.
So Stephen, hold on. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Stephen,
I was just about to answer that.
If Nappa's acting like a Pokemon, he wouldn't say Pika Pikachu. He would say Nappa, 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 Nappa. And I can totally do that video.
Oh, that's actually one of the things I wanted to address, and I was talking about it because I liked how I honestly love what we did with this. It is something that he had a traumatic event with. We now need to address it so that we can go back and making fun of it. And I mentioned that, like, some of my closest friends, and I don't know, I think you've made a couple jokes here and there, and you're like, is that okay to make? Where, like, I get to a certain point with a friend and they can make fun of my trauma with me. They have that permission. But if somebody else does that, we go, no. A lot of times, and I had this happen before, and I shared this story where me and my friends are BSing. They're giving me a hard time, and it's a ha-ha moment. Somebody walked in randomly and tried to join in, and I was like, because I didn't really like that, right? They were not part of the group. That was not okay. And then my friends jumped in, no, you don't get to say that to him, type of thing. I would love to show that with Nappa, and that thing of Nappa going Nappa could be part of his therapy. And we go, what the hell are you saying? Why are you acting like a Pokemon? Oh, it's part of my therapy. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Chase, consider yourself noticed. Gerard, thank you.
And I would love to have that interaction with Levi and John, being able to BS.
Sorry, I'm just looking through to see if I missed any other names I don't recognize to say hi. Anthony Thomas, yes, more Supernatural will be coming. Hey, Toby Dean.
We have a lot of people popping in.
We do. Hey, World of Warcraft man too. I would love to do Discworld characters. I've read some Discworld, but it was a long time ago, so I have to refresh on it.
No, the same here. I don't even remember. Okay, I need to highlight Irving's. He paid for it. What if the Lord of the Rings skit part 2 starts off with that we're going to do a part 2 of it? I have Saran calling John because the Ints are being attacked by Nappa. That's another thing I would love to do. One of the things I want animated, besides the fight scene, and I don't want the Stitch fight scene until after we have a fight scene that doesn't matter as much. As bad as that says, I think the Constantine is the best one to have animated. It's a series that's doing well, but it's not a series I can justify having fully animated. A 30-second fight clip would let us see what our animator is able to do.
Irving, we missed this one earlier. I kind of want to do just Sauron calling in and being like, "It's in Mount Doom." John go, what's in Mount Doom? The ring. What? I can feel it. The ring. It's in Mount. Like John just hears him explode.
I think that would be an awesome thing. I think you should totally do that. And I know you're not a huge fan of adding the clips in some way, but if we have the clips play at the bottom versus taking over the whole screen.
Oh, and having the tower fall and then
Exactly. So like it's happening while you're talking, so people can attribute that. Because I experimented with that with when we were earlier on in that program that we don't talk about.
Oh my god, hold on. He starts out with, "My soul is hot."
oh, John's gonna go. Ew. This is not that. No. John's got to go. No, John's got to go. Sauron, this is not that type of call center.
I'm sorry. I'm inspired, so I'm gonna start writing this right now.
Yeah, go ahead. For everyone here wondering what I'm doing, I still have a hole in my ear. And so periodically, if I'm laughing or I get too excited, the pressure starts.
Sean McCann, we dropped Dresden Files video tonight. It dropped 2.5 hours ago.
And there will be more. We will. I'm comfortable enough to redo the Constantine, the entire Constantine skit. I was looking at it. And at first I was like, I don't think this is going to get redone. And then every other social media took off. And I'm like, what's going on? It's because of the ad. It's got to be because of the ad. Because the long form is now sitting at like 7,000-8,000. And that is almost completely because people go, oh my God, there's a longer one, and go to it. I'm like, I fucked up. But it was also a sponsor. We got sponsored and paid. So speaking of, we have a sponsor. They are called Unique Dice. If you type in the chat !dice, you'll pull up the link for them. Please go give them a look. I can show you some of the dice. I have really bad lighting at night though. So what I'm going to try to do here. Oh no.
The inspiration, Debbie, I got inspired to write a Sauron calls in. So I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So I'm going to try to show these off. Oh, my phone is still tethered to the thing, so you can kind of see. Oh, here we go. There we go. So these are very, very beautiful dice. Chris has had a chance to see them. If you type in that the ! dice, you'll be able to get a much better look at them. And I will admit, these are expensive metal dice. When you can usually get metal dice for $10 to $15, it makes it hard to justify buying any other dice. I get that. I have dice that range from $5 all the way to my most expensive dice, and I did not pay for this. It was luckily of how things work, right? I got it. I have a set of dice that's like nearly $300, and I can tell you, and that it's from Unique Dice, the quality changes dramatically based on the price you pay. It really does. But these are insanely nice. I've never seen metal dice quite like these. That's not to say I don't have metal dice that have like stickers on them or have resin on them, but this is the first time I've had dice that when they have something that looks absolutely fantastic. Again, I can't show you because my light sucks. Look at that. You can see the shimmering on the inside. This is completely smooth. This is my only gripe about it, to be honest, but I know why they did this. The way that they made these, they cut it out and then layered them in and put them back in and made them solid. They're not going to come apart. They're not going to fall apart or anything like that, which is nice because it means that you can make some fantastically beautiful metal dice like never before. The only issue is I'm nearly blind. I'm legally blind without my glasses because I can't see more than like there. I'm a very tactile person. I like being able to feel what number my dice is on because I think of it as an accessibility thing. With the way they made them, they could not do that, though, which is the sad part. So, like, if you need that tactile, you need to be able to feel the number. That is the downside. It is. They are very, very smooth dice. You have fun cleaning them. Like, look at that. I don't know if you guys saw that. Literally had a full-on shine streak on it. Like, look at that. So I would definitely take a look. John, I'm going blind. It's a lazy. We can't make that joke. I have that joke with my car. My car has a fog light out, and we call him Larry, and we joke that he has a lazy eye. We love my car though. We love him. But actually now he doesn't even have a lazy eye. He doesn't have it at all. We had to remove it because it fell out. He has both headlights. It's just that one little fog light's gone. Soron needs some glasses. Levi and Chris, what is your guys' relationship and what was the start of Villain? Oh my god. Okay. We are very, very good friends at this point. I consider Chris family.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I fought in your general direction. I actually farted, which was perfect. Too bad you can't smell it.
You
bring one of the dogs in and give them cheese.
You can enjoy that for me. Okay, but no, to answer that question, that's a great question, Toby Dean. So we are co-creators on the Villain Support project right now. The start of Villain Support was okay. I'm trying to answer the question. I don't need to have my wife admonishing me on the screen instead. So I had actually the idea for the original video, which was the March 27th, 2021, when I posted it, of just wondering, like, what did the phone calls sound like after the Death Star blew up to insurance companies, contractors, etc., anyone who's affected by it. All the calls you would have to make as an actual business if a building exploded or fell down or, whatever. And so I'd had that idea bouncing around in my head for like 10 years. I'd never done anything with it. And I do improv here. I live in the Greenville, South Carolina area. And our improv theater closed during the pandemic, and I needed a creative outlet. And so I made a minute-long video and posted it and walked back 2 days later. You okay?
I mentioned about my ear earlier about the ear. When I get excited, my blood pumping, it causes it to thump.
Gotcha.
It doesn't hurt.
And I posted a video, came back 2 days later, and there was 1,200 followers on my account and hundreds of requests to make more videos. And I was like, oh, I guess my name is John now. And Levi found me soon after.
And the story from that is insane because it happened relatively quickly afterwards. From there, it took me a while to actually start making content. I was more role playing in his comment section. We were just having fun, and he was, there was this big community, small community actually at the time, that we were bouncing back and forth. And originally it was Acme. So we're making content, just having fun, just doing basically shit posting, right? But it was fun. That's what the point of it was. But there was a point where Chris and I both saw potential. And what happened was Chris got monetized on TikTok and I got monetized off of TikTok. I hadn't gotten monetized on like wasn't getting views on TikTok. I was monetized, but I wasn't getting views. I was doing better on like Facebook, YouTube, and stuff like that. And long story short, we started talking, and I convinced him to go onto Facebook, and we had that same. I love the issue that we had. The only social media where we didn't have the issue of people going, "Hey, this person's copying your content or stealing it," was YouTube, and that is because both of us agreed to do YouTube together as an experiment to see how well it would do. YouTube blew up, like the fastest growing social media that we had, right up to the point to where and this is the reality of what happened. So that's the reason why I include it. The writer's strike happened a few years ago, if you guys remember that. And we supported the writer's strike. And so we didn't do a lot of things because there wasn't a lot of clarity on it. And there were a lot of content creators, some of which we refused to work with now, partially because they were like, I don't give a shit. And yet they want to work in that industry. And so we were like, we had a dead stop. It went from millions of views, thousands of followers per day, to just dead stop on YouTube. And I'm going to say it was a good thing because we wound up having to be more creative than we were previously. We had to change our entire style of content. And while it took some time to take off, it did take off. Unfortunately, we also learned, because we had already learned not to delete videos, but we also learned way down the road, it is really hard to come back to a series that you have effectively forgotten about. The whole new universe thing, it didn't take off when we first dropped it. It didn't take off for months. We had one video that did semi-well for the time. And now people are like, hey, what happened to this series? Hey, what happened to this series? Hey, what happened to this series? And we're like,
we left that in a ditch.
I forgot.
We didn't think it was gonna plant. We didn't think it was gonna grow roots and turn into a thing. And now there's this like whole little field of flowers that say New Universe on them in a ditch, and we're like, we don't drive over there anymore.
We would love to go back to it, and we have been building characters. We have a very classic campy that a lot of people like villain called the Tailor of Terror, a very Silver era villain-esque character. A lot of people like it, right? We have Gary the Broke Vampire, so we've got the supernatural in there. We want to bring in our own werewolf. We want to bring in our own other mummy characters, and we were trying to, but we had a problem where, in all honesty, this was a creative problem for both of us, where we're like, how do we make this character different, but at the same time, like, get people to latch on like they did with Gary the Broke Vampire? And then we had to figure out, like, what are they going to look at? How are they going to act? That kind of stuff. Gary the Broke Vampire was a very cool, accidentally on purpose, mind you, character that we've brought back periodically. And he has always done well. The Tailor of Terror, we need to revisit him and see if he is still received as well as he was the first time. He wasn't meant to be campy, though, was he?
Not initially, but then the voice you gave him, I was just like, all right, this is a goofball guy. This is a goofball character.
The best part about the whole voice thing, that's how Billy Borg came a thing too.
Yeah.
It's we work incredibly well together. There are times where it doesn't matter who it is. I would say it happens more when Chris is creating something and then I pipe in and I'll do a voice or something like that, and it just takes off. I'm very good at my biggest strength is fixing plot holes, creating new things, and building off of somebody else. I'm very good at building off of other people and building that up from there. I get very excited, and I've learned to, it's taken some time, but I have learned to, like, let that person continue to create, right? Um, I've had entire moments where Chris, like, hey, take a look at this and everything, and I give my feedback, but I'll also include and was like, look, this is just my idea, and the reason why is because me and Chris had a talk, I don't know, a couple years ago at some point, and this is if you ever need somebody to teach you about comedy in general, Chris is really good. And the way he's a really good teacher, and the way he talked to me about it was like, look, I know you're excited. I know you don't. And part of it is because he knew me. I wasn't trying to take over the thing. I wasn't trying to make it mine. I just got excited. And he was like, instead of saying, you know what you should do, instead of saying, you know what you should do, which I'm still guilty of doing periodically, but I'll like stop myself and correct myself. You guys have probably seen that on soon. I'll say something along the lines of, hey, what about this idea? Or something like that.
All right. Okay, dude. Take your dragon out with you. Come on. Take your dragon.
What?
I'm talking to my dog.
Oh. Please tell me your dog farted in there.
No, he didn't.
Damn.
He's working on it. He's figuring out how to get his dragon out of the room. So, okay.
I think it's
quick side story
of each other in our styles, different styles of content.
Yeah.
And I think that's another reason that it's worked so well.
What I was yelling about, my dog Lucky, adorable little dog. He's got this stuffed dragon that we got him for Christmas, and he carries this thing around fucking everywhere. What? Are you yawning or laughing?
I have a real life thing. I've got to wait. You can type better than I can. Oh my God. I just need to make the general idea. So you tell your story.
So he was trying to leave. He asked to leave the room. So I let him out and close the door. And he was at the door going. So I went and opened it again. And he came in and he grabbed his dragon and then left again. he left and he's like, wait, my dragon's still in there. So it's adorable.
Horrible time for you to stop the story.
Sorry. I get that was the story. Yeah, his name is Lucky, not Hiccup.
Okay.
But
so this is a real thing that's happened. So you know I ordered these new glasses.
Yep.
It cost more, and thankfully the whole thing even it actually wound up getting canceled. So that's even another gripe. So it cost about $50, almost $60 more to get my kids' glasses, which were virtually the same cost on where I got these. We found that out afterwards. Than it was to get mine, and mine weren't covered by insurance. So with insurance, mind you, it was going to cost more than if I just paid out of pocket, which is fucking stupid. Now, mind you, my kids were able to get one pair of glasses with insurance for really, really cheap through like Walmart, but they were like the worst kind of glasses that you could get. They, like out of pocket, it still probably would have cost me about $60-$70. It would have only been $10 to $20 more out of pocket. The thing that insurance really was good for was the eye exam, and that was it. So when you said Sauron calls about bad eye insurance, there is an animation. I can't remember what it's from. Somebody on here may remember. It might be a Robot Chicken sketch. It might be something else where Sauron is wearing a one-eyed thing of glass for, glasses. He's wearing glasses. I remember seeing that. But I don't remember where it's at. And it's because he lost his contact and he's like crying and shit. I don't remember where that's from. I'm really hoping I didn't just make that all up in my head. No, I pay for separate. My spouse has insurance through their employer, and their employer offers dental, optical, the whole works. Right? If you've got employer insurance, you can. Yeah. And it's not bad. I think my spouse pays like $20 a year for it in the long run. But again, we're only paying that much or something. I don't know. It's something like that. It's not horrible. It's affordable. I agree. My cats do not agree with my limited treat rule, but their vet would agree with my rule. I bet Levi gets sued by the undead a lot. That would be something I would love to explore after we drop the lore about how old Levi is a little bit more. But I want to do lore on Nappa. I want to do lore on Levi. I want to do lore on John. Because if we introduce a new character right now, like we plan to, we want to introduce a new character and we have some ideas to do it. And I'm going to be buying a thing. Because did I share with you that video that had the like eyes for the hand puppet?
I think so, yeah.
I think that would be perfect. That's all we need is just a pair of eyes right there. And we can give him so much more animation. In fact, since I got paid, I'm gonna just go ahead and I didn't get paid. My spouse got paid. A little. I'm gonna say this: support your unions, real quick. I know this is a very off-topic thing, but support your unions because they fight for, like, if you're part of one, they fight for you. 99% of the time, they're fighting for you. My spouse just had a contract renegotiation, and they got back pay this week because their wage went up by like $1.50, and so when it was supposed to take effect, it hadn't yet, and so they got like a month worth of back pay. No, 2 months. 2 to 3 months worth of back pay. It was like half of like a $400, nearly $500 paycheck randomly deposited this week. And we just looked at that and I was like, we can go get food. We were waiting, but it was so nice. So support your unions. What was I doing? Oh, right. But does anyone else remember that? I'm not going crazy, right? You're in a union, Tony? Yeah, support it. For work, you're seeing it. That's awesome. You could do Levi as being old as Cain. Actually, technically, he's older. There's a thing I would love to do eventually, and that is the fact that Levi got sent back in time twice, and this was him being immortal was a prank gone wrong. Him being sent back in time was because of testing things. First time, he was like, okay, it's only a couple hundred years. Not a big deal. He didn't know. He found out the hard way. The second time, he goes back in time. It's literally primordial. Like, there's nothing on Earth. And he's basically constantly going through a cycle of death and keeps dying and coming back. And until there's oxygen that he can breathe. Here's the fun fact. They have found out that the oxygen from back when the dinosaurs were alive would probably kill us. Because they suspect that it would have had to have been a lot more in order for them to breathe and exist. Which for us, if you don't know, if you have too much oxygen, it's a bad thing.
For us, well, no. So let me clarify here. We can breathe 100% oxygen. It's not possible outside of a pressure chamber.
We can breathe. I thought it caused negative effects for us.
You don't want to breathe pure oxygen for too long.
Yeah. So if you got stuck in the Jurassic period part, I don't think you would have a very good day. Too much oxygen, you die happy. There's a game that goes through that premise. Oh, no, it might not have been. No, it wasn't a game. It was an animation that somebody did that was like a show's like Die in 1,000 ways or something like that.
Yeah, it would have been difficult and uncomfortable. Oxygen levels were sufficient, but CO2 was actually higher and oxygen was actually lower.
That doesn't make sense. The dinosaurs would have died.
Why?
Because they require more oxygen.
If they were alive now.
Yeah, but like back then, there was enough oxygen for them, right? So the CO2 that would have been flipped, wouldn't it?
Oh, I was reading the wrong thing. I'm sorry. No. You're right. Yeah, the oxygen was about 40% oxygen, where it's like 23 or 22% now. It would only be minor side effects, but it would still be it'd still be really easy for us to get kind of like loopy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, pure oxygen is a therapeutic thing when you've got conditions like necrosis from a spider bite, etc. They want you to be in like a pressure chamber with pure oxygen for a while because it helps heal it. I was reading the wrong thing, Steven. Yeah, they do pump oxygen into casinos in Vegas to make you feel a bit more euphoric.
I have there's a person on TikTok, YouTube, and everything that does a great Jim Carrey impression, and I would love to work with him. He's got 2 kids though right now that are very, very young, and he's struggling to make his own content. I highly doubt we would be able to work with him. He's got over 1 million followers. He's struggling with views, so it may be possible, but I think he's more struggling with views because of his, that new parent-esque trying to get used to things. Yeah, the Dresden skits have been doing really well. I'm looking forward to continuing the Constantine, because the Constantine and Dresden walk into a bar sketch. That's the only one that I might have trouble re-recording. And that is, it's not that I can't redo that entire dialogue. I'm not entirely sure how we improve that particular sketch. And we can't necessarily repost it on TikTok, at least. Facebook and YouTube aren't going to yell at us if we repost it. But TikTok, at least, because what's up? We'd have to look at it and see how we can improve it. If there's a way to improve it. No. So I won't do that. There's one thing to make different characters for different things, and we are going to be exploring that. We changed up that time series, and me and Chris are thinking that might be a good way to go back to doing something a little bit easier. Chris recently released a sketch that was very reminiscent of how we would sometimes record TikTok skits, where we would just go out and just record one, right? Our board games alive in the Toy Story universe, that really quick back and forth, who cares if it's monetized type of sketch, right? Just have fun, give people something fun to watch. The Bumbling Time Traveler, I personally think, to start off with at least, might be a good version for that too, where we have a couple characters reacting. They're not John and Nappa or Levi. They're just separate characters. I think that would be really good for that quick back and forth type of thing. I also have a series I'd like to bring back. We'd like to do more D&D series, which I have probably 6 to 8, maybe more sketches completely written out that were fine-tuned. Like they just need to be recorded. And the biggest problem that we have had for everyone here is availability. Either I'm not available or Chris isn't available. That possibly might change in a couple months. there is that thing of when you make a character an OC and you insert it into a different world. The American Wizard is a good example of this. Actually, before I continue, Fenrir's character, American Wizard, is a very good example. And I've seen other characters similar to his. Honestly, I saw characters similar to his before his. He kind of took it to the extreme. Lampleg, before Fenrir, at least I saw Lamplegs before Fenrir, did a similar what if with Glocks, you know, that type of thing. Fenrir has taken it above and beyond. Lampleg has done very much what we've done, although he's doing his own projects. He's making a fan project of in the Batman series. And what I really like about Lampleg, and I don't know about Fenrir, but I know about Lampleg, Lampleg takes feedback very, very well. I had some feedback about one of his sketches that he did for the series. I gave him some very detailed feedback about what I thought about it, and he took it to heart, and he even acknowledged that, yeah, some of these things were an issue. Fenrir, I have no problems with. He's a very funny guy, and I think he has a lot of potential to do more. But you have that wall when you create an OC and you insert it into a thing. We have our own wall. We have our own OCs, but we created our own world that can mix with all the other ones out there. Fenrir has created a character that mixes with worlds. It's not quite the same. He's starting to, from what I understand, he's starting to do other worlds now, though, right? Everyone else here who watches his content can let me know that. I recently saw one of his sketches where I guess it's a Florida guy.
He does a bunch of random stuff. He doesn't just do American Wizard.
Yeah, so Florida, some type of Florida wizard versus it, and I watched that, and I'm like, and this is the thing that got me that I didn't quite like, was like, oh, he ate this character. I have no idea who this character is outside of being related to Florida, and the character didn't actively kill him. He just showed up and was like, there's a piece of me inside of you. It was very one joke thing. It's a skit, not a sketch, right? And it was kind of funny. I watched it from start to finish, but a big part of me went like, this is wrong. Like, I wanted to yell at it more than anything, because I was like, there's no way that particular character is losing against a guy from Florida who happens to have powers. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Constantine, which can summon gods and fights gods, could take on it. That doesn't mean he's going to decimate him completely without summoning something else. It doesn't mean he's not going to have some type of issue if it is at full power, right? The question is if he is at full power. America Wizard is his most well-known, yeah. Florida Man is actually, I have no idea. I have no idea who the character is. And that is something that me and Chris have discussed in length about sketches. You cannot, and this is a universal rule, you cannot just go, here's an overpowered character that you don't know is an overpowered character. Let's put him against this other person. I get it, Levi, but if that's what I have to do in order to understand it, and I didn't have the want, this is the big thing. This is the big thing. I had no desire to look up that character. Zero. There was zero want, need, nothing to look up the character. I just watched it and I was like, what the hell did I just watch? And that's a difference between making something that's legitimately funny like Gary the Broke Vampire. I'm going to use Gary the Broke Vampire. That's a very well-written character. Why is a vampire broke? Right? Very simple premise. And when we do skits on Gary, we make sure to lean into that, make sure it's known. We make sure to keep that joke consistent. And there are people who will go, who's Gary the Broke Vampire? And people who will go look him up afterwards. That's what you need to establish if you've got that type of OC. Florida Man is its own like mean character. Yes. Florida Man is a mean character. Levi is not a character to match up. And see, that's the thing. I would not have known that. Levi, that's what I'm trying to get across here is that like I was not aware of that. He didn't make it clear in the sketch or the skit. He didn't make it clear in the title. It was just Florida. And there's too many people who use that. And like, if it's just a regular guy from Florida, he's going to get eaten. He's not going to survive.
I think the idea behind it was that he's not giving you tons of context because it's part of a series for him. And if you like the sketch and you're curious, you can go find earlier stuff and watch it. And if you're not, you have the reaction you talked about, which is like, what the hell did I just watch? And you don't go back.
Yeah. And that's the thing that me and you have discussed, where if we do, or if we introduce a character or have a character that's kind of like an OCS character, it needs to have some type of relatability.
We don't want the what the hell did I just watch reaction. We want a, this was funny. I need more context. Where do I get it?
Yeah, that's. I just realized my face is really washed out because I have that still on.
DJ Munson, John's clone lifespan is as long as John needs them around.
I kind of thought that the clones don't die so much as go back in stasis. That one we don't have to explain that it's not clone 2, it's clone 602. Rather, we have, a limited amount of clones that pop in and help you out when you need the help. Because here's a world building thing for everyone here. If you create a world with a bunch of clones, you have to address the issue that they're all the same person. And there are a bunch of shows and videos that do this really well. And what they do is they make the same clone have different personalities. Okay? But there are other shows that keep everything uniform. The clones are updated. It is an exact clone. They come back, they get updated, move on. It's a very boring concept, but it's also a very interesting one. And the reason why I say it's a very boring is that version it's always the same. The problem with that in any type of work setting, if you have somebody who is the exact same, who does the exact same work, even if they have a different personality and they do the exact same level of work, they're going to have the exact same problems as everyone else. The reason why a company functions and does well isn't because everything is uniform and everything is the same. It's because they play on the strengths and the weaknesses. If somebody has a weakness in I have a weakness in spelling and grammar. Chris has a strength in spelling and grammar. So when I need captions done and I just can't bring myself to do them, I can have Chris do the captions. I have a pretty good strength in editing. Chris is okay at editing. I love you, Chris. I'm sorry. But he is oh, I love that. He has admitted, even on here, that, hey, you can edit way faster than I can. Can you take a quick look at this?
Yep.
That quick look is us. It takes longer for it to be uploaded and for it to be downloaded than it does for me to fix whatever problem was there. like that's the sucky part, is that I can't just walk over and be like, there you go. I have to wait for it to be downloaded. And then there's periodically it'll take me longer. But the point is made that you play on the strength and weakness, right? And it's like somebody's got a weakness, somebody else has got a strength in that, bam, equal out and do better. And then this goes to say, like, if you screw up on something, that's another thing. So, Melissa, we have no intention of stop. Like, I have a few sketches and videos that look like they don't have captions. They do. The captions were just updated in YouTube on the SRT. So if you find a sketch of ours on YouTube specifically that, pardon me, that doesn't have captions, there's a good chance that you just need to turn the captions on. I've probably made sure they were correct. Periodically, me and Chris have forgotten to do captions. It doesn't happen very often. It's usually when we're really, really out of it. We don't have the bandwidth to sit there and do them. And we haven't posted in like 4 days. So we have to post something. The nature of the beast of social media, unless you get to a certain point, and I mean like 3-4 millions of followers, and you can post once a week and that video will do 1 million views, you have to be consistent in your posting. You have to post, 2-3 times per week at minimum, sometimes more. And the more you post, on average, the more everything will kind of slide in together. Provided that your content also matches that. DJ, that's not a joke Levi would do. Levi would just get pissed off at the clones if they try to do that. In fact, Levi would probably get pissed off at John if John's clones tried to torture Levi for some reason. I don't think John's clones would actively do that. Also, the fact that my kid has found AOE stuff of our fanfics of our stuff, some of which I don't want to read. I love fans. You could use the Keurig for downstairs, but since the water has to boil before it runs, but since it brings the water to a boil, what? Oh, hey, Debbie, you can do what I do. I can't quite show it because I can't bring the camera over, but I have a water dispenser, or 5-gallon water dispenser down here that does hot water and cold water. So when I want water, I can just walk over and get myself a glass of water. If I want tea, I turn the power on. It'll warm up the water to what is necessary. It's about like 200 degrees at most. You're under a boil water order. Yeah. Oh shit. Been there, done that. You ever had to deal with that, Chris?
Huh?
Boil water order, meaning like all the water you get from your sink, you have to boil before you can use it.
We have never, but other areas around here do get that occasionally.
Irving, you have been messaging stuff. I am so sorry. It was a Family Guy skit. Oh, it was a Family Guy skit. That's what it was. Thank you, Irving. Haha, contact lens. Yes, I'll pull that up. We'll talk with Chris about it, and we'll fine tune a bit of an idea. That would be like, I would love to do that, and that gives us an in for something that people already know.
The one issue I have with that is I don't want to literally recreate the exact sketch.
No, that's why I want to watch. That's why I want to watch
exact gags someone else already did.
I want to make sure to look at it and be like, okay, what did they do here? Cry like Strong when he lost his contact lens. Nobody moved. Does anybody see it? It might be stuck in a tree or rock. I like the idea of him calling about his insurance and complaining about his insurance. And building from that sketch or skit. I think that one would be more of a skit. It's inside of a sketch. And kind of go from there. What if Alucard meets Gary the Broke Vampire? He would kill him. By the way, Alucard versus Predators drops tomorrow. We forgot to announce that. It's a little late now. Chris, real quick, I am going to. I don't know if I sent you. No, it's in OpenX things. Let me. Oh, look at that. Troa sent me something. Shh, secret. What's secret? I don't know what that is.
Warforged, 10 months. That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Constantine versus Voldemort. Upload file. So I'm uploading this here. Could you post on TikTok, Facebook, and the community page of YouTube using this thumbnail that drops tomorrow at noon?
Where is that thumbnail?
It's in the thumbnails section of our Discord.
Yep, on it. On it.
St. Patrick's idea. Gary finds a pot of gold. So, I want to rewatch those movies. Those are very B horror movies. I have heard some feedback that makes me not want to watch Markiplier's new movie. And the slow burn of it takes over an hour. And in my mind, if it takes over an hour to have anything really happen in what is supposed to be a suspense horror, you kind of failed the suspense horror thing. There's a suspense horror that came out about the that haunted doll. What was that doll's name? Annabelle. And it's one of the few horror, like I don't watch a whole lot of horror movies anymore. I sat in the dark in a giant area with I think the TV we had at the time was like a 60-inch TV. And I had the surround set. I had everything set up. Fucking shit's scary as hell. And to be honest, it didn't really have jump scares. It was a suspense horror done right. You had things freaking you out within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, it was creepy. Within 5 minutes, it was like, ugh. Within 10 minutes, like, holy shit. Within 20 minutes, you're looking around your fucking door. That's a good suspense horror. Toby, are you saying you refuse to watch? Oh, screw that doll. I agree. I already find dolls creepy as hell. That did not make it any better. And so there's this thing with Markiplier. No one wants to say anything bad about Markiplier because he's such a nice guy. Don't support him as much as you possibly. And I get that. I do. As a creator, as a fan, I want to support the people that I like. Like I am probably one of Chris's biggest fans of the content he does. I want to see him do this full time. I want to see him. I would love it if he did stand up, but he hates stand up. So that's probably never
hate stand up. My mind doesn't work in the setup joke format. I was talking to someone last night after an improv show because I was on an improvised stand-up team and I sucked at it. And the conversation I had with her was this. I said, if you set up for me, I can hit it. If it's pitched at me, I can hit it. If I have to throw the ball in the air myself, I cannot hit it. That's my issue.
So you do better as a team than you would as a solo.
I do so much better when I can just respond in the moment. I can do a one-liner, I can make a pun, but if I have to do the setup in the moment and then the joke, my mind doesn't work that way. In sketch, I can do that because I can build the setup the way I want it to, but no one wants to have someone stand on a stage and basically recite a sketch to them.
There's some. I mean, there's a reason theater exists in the first place.
Maybe if I wrote like a comedic monologue, it might work.
If Levi ended the House of Wax, screw that. Oh my god. But no, Levi would have lived through that. Anyways, I would love to. I don't know if I could get on stage. Well, I guess we did it with Comic-Con, huh?
Here's the crazy thing. You put me on an improv stage and I'm excited. I'm energized. I'm pumped about it. You put me in front of a microphone and I'm by myself and I'm like, oh shit. They're just looking at me and they're waiting for me to tell them something funny. And I've had 6 months to work on it and it's not funny. What the fuck am I going to do?
Improvise?
That's the thing. I don't have the setup, tell a joke skill.
You know, you're all right. How many different versions of the Doctor has Levi met? All of them. We need a villain support tour. I would love to do one. One of the things that we have to do for the animation when we start working on, and this is what we've discussed, it is realistically, even if we were in the same area for filming, it is going to be easier for us to turn villain support the way we look at it and want to do it into an animation than it would be to create it as a live action. And that's saying a lot because that animation's a lot of fucking work. But it tells you how much work it would be to set this up. Short of getting, and this is the reality of it. First of all, even if I only went down there for a couple times a year to film whatever we need to film, let's say I didn't have to move, right? I just had to travel periodically to film whatever we needed to film. We still not only need a studio, that studio has to be built the specific way, right? And that alone can be thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. With animation, and then on top of that, you have to maintain that property because that's a physical item that now you have to pay rent on, you have to constantly pay taxes on, right. You have to maintain, you have to take care of. And in film and TV, the reason why it's quote unquote easy for them is those props are then sold and reused. They're moved from studio to studio. All the stuff from what's it called? Not Scrubs. I was thinking Scrubs because they just rebrought Scrubs back in. The Office. That's what I was trying to think of. A lot of people know The Office, right? I would say Chuck, the TV show, but The Office works. What they did is they rented a legitimate office out. That's all they did. That's how they were able to do that. And the style of which they filmed mean that they didn't have to worry about things. Here's the problem, though. Besides paying their actors and everything, at a certain point, they had to fix props. They had to get new ones that looked exactly like it when they did break. They had to continuously repair and take care of that stuff. In animation, if somebody were to get mad and destroy a computer, we don't have to buy a new computer.
Right.
Because it's animated. It's a fake computer. We have the digital asset that existed before that just gets put back. Right? There's no maintaining it. It's just storage. Make sure the assets are stored properly. The worst thing that can happen in animation that I have personally seen, and I've seen this happen for Star Trek is a good example of it, is the loss of those assets. That is honestly the worst thing that could happen while you're still filming. Star Trek had a moment where they lost some assets why they still needed to be filmed. And it was due to like a weather thing or something like that. They had to rebuild them. It cost them a shit ton of money, but once they had them, they backed them up properly. All right. I'll be Sauron.
Okay.
And the computer for you.
Yep. Villain support, this is John.
My soul is hot.
Sauron, I know it must be boring to be stuck at the top of your tower, but this isn't that kind of call center.
This isn't sexy talk, John. My soul, it literally, I think the ring is in Mount Doom.
If it was in Mount Doom, for the proximity alert would go off, and it's been completely.
The one ring has entered Mount Doom.
Shit.
I told you. I fucking told you.
Who brought it there?
Who brought it there? It's the fucking Hobbit. Who else would it be?
He didn't come through the front gate, and there's no way a Hobbit walked all the way through Gondor and Mordor and all the way up to Mount Doom without us noticing him or being captured by your forces.
And how do you know? Anything's possible. Like when you said Morthloth, there was no way an elf could injure him.
It was Morgoth's foot. That barely counts.
All I'm saying is you've been wrong before. Oh, he's wearing the ring. I can see him. Get the Nazgul over there!
I'm working on it. I've got the Nazgul turned around. They're on their way. Who's wearing the ring?
The fucking hominids, you asshole! He's stumbling around. What the hell is he doing? What? Wait! The ring is off. I can't see him anymore. What is happening? John? Where are my Nazgul?
I'm working on it. They don't teleport. They're inbound. Maybe 30 seconds.
It's in the magma. No!
Maybe we can still make it. Maybe it'll float.
Metal doesn't float. No. My tower's crumbling. Help!
We're on force of will. Hold the tower together. You can
I'm
do it.
I'm falling. I gotta change the line.
I want that final line to be, I'm falling. Is this how it ends?
I know. I fucked around. Sorry, everyone. I was having too much fun.
It's fine. Sauron. Just frantic and panicky and in the moment. And I want Sauron to be just this sassy asshole who's so bored of being alone at the top of his tower.
To be clear for everyone here, I'm pretty sure John knows that Sauron knows the Hobbit was after him for a while, and he
right
and like it. There's this whole thing
from John's perspective. Oh yeah, okay, sure. It's a Hobbit, right? You know,
we're still gonna get people who fucking call that out, though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That would be funny to have animated, where he's falling and it's like,
little arms come out of the eye. No. I actually had a line in there earlier that I took out of like, just hold on to what, John? I'm an eye. How am I supposed to hold on?
You should have kept that in.
Yeah, okay, I can.
Just hold on to fucking what? I'm a goddamn eyeball. I don't have arms. I don't think you thought this. I'm falling. You could do the line from the Robinsons. I don't think you've thought this through. Levi and John walk into a bar. I do want to do that sketch. The biggest thing is because Family Guy is so well known. If I'm gonna do something that is related to it, I want to rewatch it because I don't remember how that went. So I want to rewatch it, and I'd rather build off of it than accidentally remake it or remake it. Period. It's one thing to go like, oh, I acknowledge this is a thing. Or an entirely different where I didn't know that this was a thing, and now I do, but it's too late. I've already put it out there.
So, how is that? I'm working on it. They don't teleport. They're inbound. Maybe 30 seconds. Just hold on.
Hold on to what, you prick? I'm an eye. How the hell do you expect it? It's in the magma. No!
I want to say, it's in the magma. It's in the magma. He should say it twice. No.
You know what? Sauron should know it, just because it would be funny, and literally comment, this isn't a fucking sewer. They don't float, John. Metal doesn't float.
It's too much of a random comment, and it doesn't do it. I like the idea, but it does not fit with the sketch at all.
Here's a question. We have 50 people in here.
There's no benefit to making a sideline reference to Pennywise that has no relevance to anything else in the sketch. It's nothing but a distraction.
Needs to be shouted like Khan. God, no!
Because this is the whole thing on this sketch is that it is a single linear line. And if we take any little deviation off it, even if it's a funny joke, they have to get back on the line with us, and it can ruin the flow.
Yeah.
I love the idea. And if this were a sketch about something else and we could find a way to put Pennywise in and say that they know each other, that would be super fun. But this is not the sketch to do it.
We definitely, they definitely should know each other too. That's very how it should have ended for everyone here. That's very how it should have ended. I would love to have an animation of him falling down though.
Of like him like
trying to like quote unquote reach out and grab shit and like, how do you fuck? I'm a fucking eye. The whole thing sounds good for a YouTube short. Well, that's what this is gonna want to be. Making a Gandalf reference would be entertaining. Well, there is a thing, and I've seen it plenty of times in a lot of different sketches. Of you take a joke that is they all float down here or whatever, right? And you insert it into whatever you're doing. It's a reference point, but how do you make that reference point? But like. This is a good one right here. Fly, you fool. Me and Chris have both used fly, you fool as a reference. We're not saying Pennywise. We're not making it drag out. It fits into the sketch. Fly, you fool, and you get that reference. It's the same thing with when we add a reference point to Monty Python and the Holy Grail and stuff, the Ultimate Showdown, anything that's been like meme they all float down here. Is a very well-known reference. It's magma. It doesn't float, right? It makes sense to not have it. And if we could find a way to do the float thing, I think it would do well. The problem is, like Chris said, is if we mention Pennywise, we mention Dreary, we mention something like that, it does take away from it. I think that there is a joke with the magma that we're missing now. Sometimes it doesn't need to be in there. Sometimes you just go, fuck it, it works.
We need to be really careful with this because, yes, Sauron has done a little bit of like sarcastic, like mocking, like who else could it be? Who the fuck do you think it is? But keep in mind, Sauron is like emotionally heightened to a 10. So he's not going to take the time to actually make a joke. The humor is him being frantic and getting mad at John for saying things he thinks are dumb.
Yeah. So it works. The humor of Sauron already being just fucking crazy is part of the humor. I love this discussion. Maybe the lava isn't that hot. Sauron, it's liquid fucking rock. Yes, it's that hot. Steven, I don't think we could make that joke.
Oh God. Yeah, no. We can't make that joke.
Not right now. Not right now. Oh my God.
In fact, we're not making that joke. In fact, Steven, never write that again.
Oh God. The problem that we kind of had, and I don't really think of this as a problem so much as it with us, so much it is with the way things are built and the way people consume media. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the nature of the beast. So we make a skit like this, a sketch like this, and it's a really funny sketch. We go and we make a sketch about like Sauron and Pennywise bitching about whatever, right? There's gonna be somebody that goes, wait, didn't Sauron die? Didn't he already have this happen to him? right? Somebody's going to mention the timeline, and it's like the benefit is that we've been doing this long enough now that we have enough people that will go and it's like, oh, it's probably an alternate timeline. But when we were 50K and under on YouTube, which means that we were what 100 on TikTok and
If that, yeah.
Yeah, and like 20 on Facebook. When we were starting out, we had that exact problem where we would make one sketch, go and make another one, and it's an entirely different, effectively universe or what if scenario.
Yeah.
And people are like, wait, what? This doesn't make sense. You just did this. And it's like, different universe, different timeline. We deal with all universe. We had to explain over and over that we deal with
and over and over and over
Yeah.
and over and over.
And that's one of the things that me and Chris have talked about, and we both agree to this. If you have to explain the joke, you failed at telling the joke. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. I get it. Like if you make a niche joke that is for a specific audience and you have to explain that joke, you didn't write that joke for them. You wrote that joke for you / the people who would get it. And I do that all the fucking time.
Yep.
I write a joke, I'll put it in, and I've gotten much better at making sure, and I've said this before, I can't make an entire video be about one niche thing.
I love it when you can fit in those jokes that are kind of like the in joke, as long as it's not the primary joke. When it's the secondary joke and people who know will get it and make it that much funnier, I'm like, that's awesome.
And I've gotten really good at that. It's taken time, but I have gotten really good at that. And this is the thing that I absolutely love. I wait. I kid you not. Chris, I've sipped Chris shit, and Chris is like, yeah, they finally got it great. You know, he just kind of goes, uh-huh. But I get really excited when I find that, you know, one person and now 5 or 10 people now that get that super niche joke that I decided to sneak in there. I'm falling. No, it can't be Napa saying it. It has to be Levi. No. It would be so fucking funny. Timber! And then John just goes, fuck you.
So that actually would work at the end when it's like, John goes, Soren! And he goes, and Levi just...
It needs to be right before the phone cuts out and you're going, Soren, Timber! And then the phone cuts off and then you turn and look at Levi because it gets to be that moment at the ending. You get to have that straight up just death glare at Levi and we get to have it where if people want to watch it, but it's that real life dynamic of a coworker making fun of another coworker type thing and getting glared out. That would be a really good moment. And because it's at the end of the sketch, we have a bit of leeway with it. Can I have you pull up is that in the Dropbox? Or not Dropbox, I mean Google Drive?
Is what? My sketch?
Sauron?
Yeah.
Okay. So literally right after Sauron, so you say force of will, you can do it. You hear Sauron say his line. Levi needs to have that moment of saying timber. Because I've been hearing it. No, we don't have to add this in, but I think having it in would do really well. Even if the ending is just John turning to stare at Levi, and that's the cut point, or you see Levi laughing, you get to have this tiny bit of you are being fucking loud. Oh, okay. Yes, Levi have Levi say to him. Yeah, again, it's one of those things where recognizing that we're in a call center, recognizing that we're next to each other and hearing each other. This is things that would happen in a call center. This is things that would happen in a work setting. John just working as normal, trying to help, getting frantic, getting louder and louder as time goes on. And then Levi, who's probably not, I'm not even going to have him be on a call. He's doing regular paperwork. Just turns and goes, Tim. It's so on brand with because you just know that John does it to Levi. Yeah, he didn't pay his bills anyway.
So there we go. That's the line right there. So it's John goes, is this how it is? And John just like, we see the clip and Levi goes, Timber! And John just glares at you and you go,
and he didn't pay his bills anyway.
He didn't pay his bills anyway.
Oh, that's a good line too. Oh, damn, dropping the bass there. Yep. That's so many meanings right there. No, I like Chris's line. It's such an in-universe line too. As funny as that would be, it is in my opinion, I think it's funnier for Levi to know what's going on and have that moment with John's character of just making fun of his client, because we know that happens. John making fun of Levi's clients to an extent. Wasn't expecting to film today, but that works. I need to be filming more often. I need to do some real quick, Chris.
Yeah.
Since you're going to be recording some stuff, what do you think about the bumbling time traveler doing the way, like kind of similar to what you did with that Napa sketch with the board games?
I would say just make it.
Then do you want to be the friend or the traveler? Because I think it'd work. Like, I can do both parts, but I think it'd do really well if we work together on this one. Because it's super quick. Bam, bam, bam. Do the lines. They don't need to be perfect. Just have fun with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Which would you like me to be? I'm going to record this real quick.
You record that. I honestly think that you should decide which type of character you want to be, because you already play Napa as it is. You already get to play that kind of.
I'm fine playing either one. It's more so whichever one you want to play, I'll play the other one.
Leave it up to you guys. I'm going to do a poll.
I'm going to pause it.
You guys don't remember the bumbling time machine? I'll do the sketch with you guys. I'm going to mute Chris so I can read the sketch to you guys. So Chris is muted. So the bumbling time traveler, the friend, dude, I can't believe you actually invented the time machine, traveler. Pretty awesome, huh? Still got some kinks to work out though, friend. Like what? And by the way, he's shivering. It's cold. Well, I went to the Ice Age to see woolly mammoths, and it worked. But I need to figure out how to make the time tube close. Time tube? What does it need? Lube or something? Yeah. Wait. What? No. Time lube isn't a thing. The tube's been open for 3 days now, and it's getting bigger. The Ice Age has air. The Ice Age air has been blowing through constantly. Wait. This is because of you. Oh, does Chris have snow outside right now? Chris, can you still hear me? I don't think he can. I don't think Chris can hear me. Can you see me?
Hello.
Real quick, do you have snow outside your door?
Oh yeah.
You got to be the friend. I have no snow. I mean, we could use whatever clips we want, but it's so much easier for you to be shivering and then go and then point to a fucking window than it is to.
I mean, you could get footage of a snowy window anywhere.
I mean, yeah, it's up to you. Is it because like if you've got a shit ton of snow,
we got about 4 inches, which really isn't that much.
Oh, never mind then. Don't worry about it.
Dude, you should grab images from the most recent snowfall in Kamchatka.
Send me the title of what you just said.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Kamchatka. I have no fucking clue what Kamchatka is.
It's far eastern Russia.
Okay. No. No. No.
What are you saying no to the? Oh yeah, I know what you're saying no to. Yeah, no. I saw that too, and I'm like, no, that's not happening.
I sent an input for the Sauron skit. You did? What if Venom in time travels along analog? Think Levi. I think during the part where Sauron can see the ring, Levi tells John to ask him if he's still. Irving, we talked about the distracting from the sketch earlier, right?
Yep.
The reason why we don't have that other joke in there would be the same reason why this joke doesn't fit, because then we don't address it. We don't move it. It's a different tangent, right? Let that be its own sketch when I have time.
Only off the ring once.
So let me research. Let me research that. Because and I agree with Chris, I do not want to make the same sketch that already exists. I have no problem building off of it, but I don't want to make the same one. Man, my fucking ear. No, Irving, you're perfectly fine. What did something? I just got something. I don't know what
I sent you the what to search for.
Where? I would not have spelled it that correctly. Pretty sure I would have found it eventually, but
Charlotte, Rogue, how much snow did Charlotte get? Because I mean, I'm in Greenville. I'm an hour and a half from there. We got maybe 4 inches. Did Charlotte get that much more?
So whatever clip I use, it has to be an insane amount of snow. I need to make sure it's not AI, which is a pain in the ass right now. And I need to make sure the last bit's going to be the hard. It's probably going to be. It can't look like Russia,
right?
And for everyone wondering, why can't it look like Russia? Because I don't want people thinking that we're in Russia doing the sketch. Like it's not that it doesn't work like that. It's more along the lines of when we have the Great Falls has now received thing, and yet we showed Russia, people are going to call that out.
Or you could change it, and you could say the radio being like, Kamchatka in eastern Russia has received a certain amount. Yeah, is that you? Yeah.
We didn't want to do a recent event snowstorm thing.
True. Yeah. You're right. Forgot about that.
And and here's the thing. We have no idea if people got hurt in that.
Yeah, you could also do this. Buffalo, New York, get pictures of Buffalo where they got 4 feet in like 5 hours. That was lake effect snow. You don't need to change sketch to it, but just search that and get images of it. That'll look like anywhere in America. All right, I'm muting it now to record.
Mm-hmm. Levi, I dumped a good pic of Snow Cold for the skit. I have no problem using a picture, but having a small video might work better. And it doesn't need to be long. It needs to be like 5 seconds.
Phil Sport, this is John.
Where is Pix?
Soren, I know it must be boring to be stuck up at the top of your tower by yourself all the time, but this isn't that kind of If the rig was in Mount Doom, the proximity alert would have gone off, and it's been completely silent.
Where is the snow? I've got to go through
the
pictures more often. Yeah. That is a beautiful picture. I can't use it. It needs to look like it's outside of a window. It doesn't have to be perfect outside of a window, but it's got to look like.
I know it must be boring to be stuck at the top of your tower by yourself all the time, but this isn't that kind of call center, buddy.
Oh yeah, whiteout on the blizzard on the highway or something like that.
If the ring was in Mount Doom,
like, hey,
the proximity alert would have gone off by now. Okay, it's been completely silent. Shit.
Which reminds me,
who brought it there?
I need to find out from Chris if he wants.
The Hobbit didn't come through the front gate. Okay, and there's no way that a Hobbit walked all the way through Gondor and Mordor and all the way up to Mount Doom without us noticing him or being captured by your forces. That was Morgoth's foot.
I'm going to be recording that way we can get this sketch done fast. And get this done and out.
Fucking hell. Fuck my whole shit. Redo the goddamn recording again. Phil Sport, this is John.
So are we on the side or are we on the front? That's in the front.
All the time by yourself, okay? But this isn't that kind of call center, buddy.
If it was on the side, like that would kind of work.
If the ring was in Mount Doom, the proximity alert would have gone off, Sauron, and it's been
thank you, though.
Completely silent.
That pick is only 4 to 5. That's a beautiful pick, though, by the way.
Shit.
God, we need that kind of snow here. Don't get me wrong. I would instantly regret having it.
Okay, but he didn't come to the front gate.
You said on my snowblower.
No way that a Hobbit walked all the way through Gondor and Mordor and all the way up to Mount Doom without us noticing him
streaming or anything for a few days because I would have to clear out the snow, and by then I would be in a lot of pain. I've already been in pain for like a solid week.
You got to keep bringing that up, don't you? It was Morgoth's foot, okay? It barely counts.
Oh man, I cannot get my back to pop what I need.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I got the Nazgul turned around. They're on their way.
The problem is, if I get an extra $100, $200, I'm gonna wind up using that on bills.
I told you I'm working on it. They don't teleport, okay? They're inbound. Maybe 30 seconds. Just hold on.
Oh, I just cannot get that to pop.
Maybe we can still make it. Maybe it'll float. Force of will. Just hold the tower together. You can do it, buddy. You can.
That's more shocked. You got to look pissed like a.
Is that really necessary?
Hey, Chris. Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you turn to me to look pissed, I want you to imagine that you remember when Facebook was giving you bullshit and the runaround, and even though you paid for customer service and you were still dealing with bullshit from them, you had one of the most pissed off faces I could seen you had in a while. Imagine that.
That's my mad face. Is just.
No, you were like you had a snarl. I was like, Jesus Christ, you're pissed off. Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, I'll do that real quick.
So I've had a few people who've been like, "Hey, Squirrel Girl should take in Stitch. Deadpool should take in Stitch." There's a real possibility that the storyline with Stitch is going to be soon, going to be ending soon. We've got Stitch's store ironed out. We know what we need to do. I need to get some voice acting before I go too far into it. I need to get some voice acting from Stitch. I need to get some voice acting for Tony. I don't know anyone. I'm gonna reach out to Jocelyn. For the record, Popo is really good. He struggles at higher voices. Like Tony's voice is a little bit on the higher end, and I've heard his version of Tony, and it's okay. I have not heard Popo does a really like super high end. There's that middle ground where it's not like a super high end. He struggles with that part, right? Like a normal sounding, he struggles with. But if it's like a cartoon-esque, like really high type of voice, like Mickey Mouse-esque type, or differently in that same vein, he does really well with. But something like Tony's voice that's normal, that's not super deep, but like higher than his normal one, it still sounds like him. Is the problem. He still struggles with that. So I want to reach out to Jocelyn, who can do Deadpool's voice, which if you listen to Deadpool and you listen to Tony Stark, they are very close in tone and level. I think he could possibly do a Tony Stark. Huh?
Yeah, they are. You're right.
So I'm going to reach out to Jocelyn and see oh man. What was a goal of mine?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what was a goal of mine. Levi Parkin said.
Oh.
He said dad joke. All right, let me take
a look. I'll be right back.
Look, it's 2 feet of snow. It's 2 feet of snow. Oh my god, I almost want to use that. I feel like that would distract from the sketch though. Getting to the end of Stitch. Yeah, it has been. Like it's been like we're right there. We're right there. We Stitch's Thor is done. It leads up to the other one, and the other one then just has to finish the storyline because now we know what's going on. We can meet up, have it end, and it makes sense to have it end where we're having it, which I believe we said what did I say? It was I think he's in DC. Or did we have it breaking the Star Trek universe. No, Star Trek universe. So he's in the Star Trek universe. Which is where it ends. That's the last universe he's hopping to. Yes, I get to finish the story. It has been definitely a labor of love. Levi, shame on me. Shame on me for what? Check the storm above the feet. Yeah, I've seen that one. Wywer. I saw that. The biggest issue that we have is that it needs to look like it's out of a window. And I'm going to be honest. So far, that's honestly going to be the hardest part, is getting to look like a thing. Right? Yeah, Star Trek. We voted for Star Trek. Sorry. Anyways, I need to go back to that thing. I need to say timber. All right. Oh, my eardrum.
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna go ham and just freaking record right now. I'm gonna go ahead and mute. If it lets me mute. There it goes. Timber! Should I could drag it out way more than that, by the way. Real quick.
You were completely turned from the camera. Can you angle it a bit and just be like, timber, so we can kind of see your hands?
Like this?
Even less.
Like that?
No, other way. Yeah, no. Right, a little bit more. Nope, other way. Right there.
You do realize that my angle of camera is different than yours, right?
Oh, no. Good call. I'm looking at it from this viewpoint. Yeah.
So like, do you want to still see my face?
Kinda.
Or you want to you still want to see my face right? So my camera angle would be,
if you're looking at me here, if this was my like this, where I can see your hands, versus like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna mute you real quick.
Oh man.
Timber! I still got more.
Your microphone cut out in the middle of that. It went timber.
Hold on. Okay. What?
Hey, Danny Connor.
What did you say?
Your microphone cut out because what I heard was timber. I'm gonna check the high note got too high. Oh God!
It doesn't cut out on mine. You'll be reframing me a little bit, anyways. So I'm gonna send this to you so you can take a look at it. And if I need to redo that, I'll redo it. I'm also trying not to be a dick to everyone in my family. I'm gonna go ahead and record the he didn't pay his bills anyways. What, by the way, what I've been doing for everyone here on my skits as of late, I've reframed it so that I'm at 113 to 120% zoomed in.
Okay.
So that it's not so I don't have as much space above my head.
Cool.
But this allows me, by recording this further out, allows me to still have that, if I'm doing a lot of hand movements, I can move it around and get slightly different frames. All right, go ahead and take a look at it.
Oh God. So did we already post the end video?
Yeah, we did the end video already. Oh.
Callback if we hadn't posted it yet for Levi again to go, Tim, shut up.
Yeah, Irving. I love the fact that both me and Chris, without saying a damn word, had the exact same idea. Without saying a fucking word, we're like, all right, take a look, because I know you're getting tired, and I want to film my last scene. Make sure the timber scene is good. So
yeah,
I posted it on Discord on the general area.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if I need to redo that scene real quick, I can. So the first take is that I think the take where you wanted me to change it was 30 seconds in.
Freaking record right now. I'm gonna go ahead and mute. If it lets me mute. There it goes.
I can actually make it so you guys don't lose out and cut out. So if I go to my audio and I get rid of echo and background noise, right?
You were right. The first take was way better.
Okay.
Perfect angle.
All right. So I'm gonna do that. He didn't take. He didn't pay his bills anyways. He didn't pay his bills anyway. He owed us money. That line needs a little bit of work. I'm gonna send you what I have. Let you decide.
I think I want you to do like 5 or 6 more takes with different variations on it. Like maybe one where like you look at John and be like,
oh wait, I got an idea. Shit, I'm not gonna mute you. He didn't pay his bills anyways. And then he didn't pay anyways. I had it, and then I forgot it. I lost it. I had an idea, and then I lost it immediately. I'll do what I want. He was 4 days past due anyway. He was 4 days past due anyway. Oh man, that my back is killing me right now. Oh my god, that last one. You forgot to pay us again. Money doesn't grow off of trees.
when she said that last one was when you went, he didn't pay his bills anyway. When you were very dismissive of it.
I'll send that. I'll send both of those different takes I did to you.
Yeah.
And like pick out the best one out of there. The 4 days for everyone here. The 4 days is a callback to the Samara Chronicles. So the way my memory works, everyone, is very, very weird. And because I spent so much time editing like the Samara Chronicles and Deadpool stuff, I remember them very well. In the Samara Chronicles, you played an occult leader.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna be like, dude, Samara does 7 days, not 4. What are you talking about?
Yeah, where the occult leader was 4 days behind on their Have an Acme Day payments.
Yeah, and John was like, he's 4 days late. Fuck him.
Oh! He was 4 days late on his. No, I need to sit differently. He was 4 days late on his Have an Acme Day payments, anyways. Fuck him. That is such a niche callback, though. gonna do one more take.
Leave the Have an Acme Day out of it too. Do one version
He
with,
was
one
4
version
days
without.
late on his Have an Acme Day payments. Fuck him.
Can you
Oh,
do a
okay.
version without the Have an Acme Day also, just so we have both takes?
Say what?
Can you do a version without the Have an Acme Day, just so we
Yeah.
have it?
Yeah.
That way we can see both.
He was behind on his bills anyways. Fuck him.
4 days late,
He was
remember?
4 days. Oh yeah. He was 4 days late. He was 4 days behind on his bills anyways. Fuck him. Like that?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna unmute you and I'm gonna send that to you.
Oh,
I have-
do y'all want to see the Yellow Lantern video without subtitles? I haven't put those in yet.
Is it completed without except for subtitles?
Yes.
No.
You don't want to see it?
Oh, I do. But that's massive spoilers, and it doesn't like. Okay, here's a question. Can you all promise us that you'll go watch it tomorrow when it drops? No, it's Monday.
This isn't the Yellow Lantern video. This is the Yellow Lantern video. It's not scheduled yet. I still got to get the pictures up on the site and everything.
Oh,
This isn't going to drop until mid next week.
okay. Yeah, hey, go ahead.
All right.
I'm pretty sure everyone will be like, "Oh, I remember this."
Mute yourself, please.
No.
Okay, Sinestro, tell me all about this exciting new Yellow Lantern you found.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Don't, you know I hate surprises. Just tell me.
No. This is visual. Check your email.
1 sec. Please tell me that's not a Yautja.
Yes, awesome, right?
Sinestro, do not, under any circumstances, give a Yellow Lantern ring to a predator.
This isn't a mock-up, John. I already did.
You gotta be. Why would you do that? I warned you about these guys. They were on the do not recruit list.
What's the issue? He's dramatically stronger now.
That's exactly the problem, Sinestro. These guys already hunt for sport, okay? Fear is their whole thing. You just gave chainsaw arms to a T-Rex.
I still don't see why this is a bad thing.
Because now every one of his friends is going to want a ring too.
Friends?
Yeah, there's a whole civilization of these guys. Ritual combat, honor culture, skull collecting. Couple all that with an unfortunate addition of triple DNA a couple months ago. And
What's a tribble?
long story short, there's billions of them.
That's perfect, John. Do you have any idea how hard it's been to recruit?
You can find other people to recruit.
The Yautja are disciplined. They're relentless. I fail to see the risk here.
You do this, and you're removing their only limiter.
I'm sending out the invites.
I'm warning you now, Sinestro. They're going to take over the core.
Let them try.
You tried to warn him.
I really did.
So before I give my own feedback on this, I want to hear what everyone else thinks.
The pictures
Because-
are going to change.
Oh, I wasn't going to give feedback on that.
Yeah.
I think you did what you could with given your current abilities with the pictures right now, unless you got different pictures.
No,
'Cause-
what I want to do is I want to get it laid out, and I want to do a nice pan
Does
on
he
it.
not have a digital picture that he could send you?
Oh, those are digital pictures.
Oh, okay. John's last line should change.
I think John's last line should be taken out, and Levi should just go. You try to warn him, or we just end it at Sinestro laughing, going, "Ha ha ha! Let them try," and done.
I will be honest, from like knowing our sketches, and this is criticism and accepting that I've done this myself. It should be cut. You should cut my parts out.
Yep.
Exactly like where you think it should end, it should.
The last 2 lines are unnecessary.
Levi needs to fix his audio back from recording. He's quiet now. What?
You are softer than you were before.
Hello?
No, it's still
Oh,
softer.
you know what? I forgot that I had okay, echo and reduce mic. So I was gonna show you guys something. So give me a moment here. Something docs. Hey, Betsy! There you go. All right, I'll turn echo and reduce mic back on.
Am I still a little?
Oops.
Am I still a little bit echoey, Melissa McKinstry? Because we hear echoes of my voice on Levi's side when one of us is sharing a screen, and we don't know why.
It wasn't always like that. We have no idea why it changed. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So going on to that thing, how'd you guys like the overall sketch, the voice acting, that kind of stuff? Because I've got my own feedback on my own voice acting, and I'm my harshest critic.
It's fine. Is it the best Sinestro we could possibly get? No.
It gets way better in the middle.
Is it more than acceptable? Yeah.
It is. That the first couple lines you could tell, like you could still hear me, but like right there, like the third or fourth line, it no longer sounds like me. It's like boom, we hit it. I hit that stride. It sounds really good.
It's fine.
I agree with Chris. It is fine. It's one of those things where sometimes you accept what you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chris, I sent you those parts on Discord.
Okay.
Right?
Like the example that I have of this, when my sister was a little kid, she used to love this show called Zoobilee Zoo, which some of you may remember on Nickelodeon, some on like Nick Jr., some of you may not. And it was these characters, it was people in animal costumes. They were clearly humans, but they had animal costumes on. And one of them was a beaver, and he was a builder, and his name was Bill Durr Beaver. He built stuff. And one episode, I remember I used to watch this with my sister, when my mom would have me babysitting when she was real little. And there was one episode when it was a totally different guy in a totally different costume. And she was like, "What happened to him?" And I'm like, "I have no idea. Like that's not the same guy. That's not the same costume." They had to film. They didn't have the guy. They didn't have the costume. So they figured it out and put it out there. And it was like, it's the best we can do right now. It's good enough.
Yeah, and that happens a lot in shows. And I'm gonna swap topics here. I want to answer a few questions here. First of all, Irving, where we ended it is a really good, strong ending. It's much stronger than adding Levi's parts. It's a really heightened edge of the sketch, and it gets really difficult to go above and beyond that without just doing a part two. This way, it leaves a part two open, and we can then do another part two, and it's another advertisement thing. As far as can you do a little sound effect for the ring glow? I was reading that as different than a sound effect. I think a sound effect would be fine. We just can't have any visual difference because we don't want people looking at that and going, "Oh, that's got some really cool glow." And then they get the actual poster and it doesn't have the extra things that we might have added to it for enhancing it on the video, right? So one thing I would be concerned about, Chris, and this is just me. I don't know about him. Maybe having a watermark splash on it, a background watermark, not one that's like would flag YouTube or anything like that. But just something transparent over it that maybe shows whatever logos. You could very easily
see on the sides here filmsport.com.
Yeah, on the sides. I want
and
you to pretend to be somebody who wants to make money off of other people.
Ah. Okay.
So my suggestion, create, if he's okay with it, our logo, if you create our logo, and you could do it in Canva, going diagonal across it, and then make it turn its opacity to like 10, 15%, just
Yeah.
enough that if somebody were to grab the photo from the video, they wouldn't be able to get it out without putting it through AI, and AI is going to change a lot of shit on it.
I can just add it in now because I have the
Yeah,
logo.
you could add it. You could add it right there in CapCut too. While I'm doing this here, so we were. I want your honest opinion. You play, and this is the reason why I don't mind it, but you have a tendency to pick characters similar to Nappa because they're nice and fun characters, right? They're easy to do, but also you do really well with those characters.
Can you repeat that?
Characters like Nappa.
What do you mean? I tend to. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
So you told me at one point you like characters like Nappa, that are kind of like goofy, kind of characters.
Yeah, because they're easy to play.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I'm following now.
So, personally, and this is me personally, I think I agree that you could play either part. I kind of want to see you pick a line, as the traveler, and pick a line as the friend that you really like, and do one of those. Like maybe right now, if you've got the energy.
How the hell do I do opacity
On CapCut?
Yeah.
So you're on a picture, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'd have to insert a picture, but it should be able to do it relatively easy. Let me put this in
I thought
here.
it would be right in the transform section, but it's not.
It's supposed to be.
I found it. I found it in blend.
Yeah, because that's yep, there it is. Blend. There it is.
Yeah, at 15%, you can barely see it. And I'll just put it at the bottom of the screen. But if they were to take the image, it would ruin it and make it impossible for them to actually steal the image.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that works great. Good call on that.
The benefit of having a sticker shop. I want to show. I'm gonna send something to you real quick, because I think it's funny, and we could totally do a sketch on it. Send it to you on here, maybe. Yeah, here we go. So say I sent it to you on Instagram. But I would love for you to pick a line as a traveler and pick a line as a friend and give them a go real quick, and let that be the decision factor, rather than me going, hey, I know you can play this type of character, play it like this. I just want to see. Darth Vader, I want to do the lantern ring mix up again. I really fucking do. I would love to have the lantern rings be in Lord of the Rings again, but I think I need to have a discussion with Chris before I do, because like we discussed earlier, we have a certain style of content that we started to do, and it is fun to go back and not worry about shit. And I want to discuss with Chris about the Lord of the Rings.
What lines did you send me?
I didn't send you lines. I sent on Instagram. I sent you something funny.
Oh.
On the Bumbling Time Traveler, which you have access to, I want you to pick a line that you like of the Traveler, and pick a line that you like of the friend character, and go ahead and play them real quick.
Okay.
Chris has done different voices, Toby. Both me and Chris, we keep reminding each other that we need to do more voices. Like it's become very, and especially because we know the voice actors personally, so we want to give them more work. But at the same time, we're also like, we need to start doing and practicing voices ourselves.
Yeah. All right. So, dude, I can't believe you actually invented the time machine.
I would say not worry about the voice. I would say
Okay.
just use your regular voice.
Dude, I can't believe you actually invented the time machine.
I like that. I'm gonna make a quick note because you reminded me of that.
Yeah. Pretty awesome, huh? Still got some kinks to work out, though.
So I'm gonna do the friend. Dude,
Okay.
I can't believe you actually invented the time machine. So we have
Pretty
that,
awesome, huh? Still got some kinks to work out, though.
like what?
Well, I went to the Ice Age to see the woolly mammoths, and it worked, but I need to figure out how to make the time tube close.
Time tube? What does it need? Lube or something?
Yeah. Wait. What? No, time lube isn't a thing, but the tube's been open for 3 days now, and it's getting bigger. Ice Age air's been blowing through constantly.
Wait, this is because of you? I think I gotta be a friend.
Yeah, it is.
So before I make the decision 100%, can you show me? Can you try to do the friend as if they're fucking freezing?
Yeah. Dude, I cannot believe you actually invented the time machine.
I'm gonna do the friend.
Okay.
I think part of it for everyone here, I naturally have nerve issues. So what I do to make myself shake is I flex the muscle. I can like flex my muscles in the back, and it will cause me to involuntarily. I'm not shaking on purpose, but I am. It sounds weird. Yay, using my disability to an advantage. All right. So do you feel up to recording that real quick or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm already bundled up, so that works out perfectly. Which then people will be asking, why is the time traveler not Levi is handy capable? Andrew, I both love that and hate that. And I'm going to explain why. And so we're going to have a real talk for a moment. I love it because that's what I try to think. I don't use the word, but I'm capable of doing things. I am handicapped, right? I have a disability. It's a thing. The reason why I hate the word is because it is a word that has been used and often is used as a way to dismiss other people's disabilities. They get a lot of people will go, hey, look at this person with a similar disability. And that sucks. Because your situation is not the situation they might have. Like a lot of people have pointed me towards people who have 3 times my income and they're going and climbing mountains and shit with their disabilities. And I'm like, here's a big difference. They have the medical care, the finances, and the ability to take care of their health and deal with their pain in a way that I don't have. Money makes a big difference. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with it, to be specific. I hate the word because it has been used in a derogatory sense to dismiss those with disabilities. I love it because as somebody who is disabled, if it wasn't used in that sense, which it is, and it always will be, unfortunately, at least I don't view it changing in my lifetime. You can't do the reclaim the word thing. You really can't. I am capable of things despite my disability. But that doesn't mean that I'm not disabled. So. Yeah, Irving, that I've heard that too, and I've just stared when like I had that happen to a couple of friends of mine. I just stared at the people who said it. I'm like, you white as snow, motherfucker! You cannot be saying that. That is, oh. Yeah. So again, I'm not Andrew. Nothing against you. Nothing against whatsoever. No couple of plumbers who can fix the tube. Nothing against you whatsoever. I know you mean it in a good way. The downside of doing that. Whew. All right. Irving, yes, it 100% is. I probably wouldn't discuss it with HR if HR voted for Trump, though. I hate to put that political statement out there, but that's something you may want to take into consideration. It may be one of those things, and I hate saying it. As somebody who has swallowed the similar thing because of my disability and getting targeted for it. Pick and choose your battles with HR, with any job. You really do have to pick and choose, because if they can find a reason to let you go and they know they don't need you, they will do that. It doesn't matter what job it is, what business it is. Well, I guess this one isn't the same. Otherwise, Chris would have kicked my ass to the curb a long time ago.
About that. No,
the skit isn't worth your health. I know it isn't. Be careful you don't overspasm yourself. So it's I should be fine. If it hurts, if I get to a point where it's hurting bad enough, like my back's already been hurting, if it gets to a point where it hurts bad enough, I will just stop. What I'm hoping to do here, since each one of these lines is its own take, is I'm going to try to do this. Especially since my glasses, I don't know if you noticed this, Chris. I love my new glasses. These ones, if you look at them, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Look at my new ones.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Ow, ow, ow. I'm gonna blind myself even worse trying to put my glasses on.
So I'm going to be working on this, just like messing with it as if it's like a component that I'm trying to fix. I
think that's perfect.
All right. So I'm going to mute you and do my lines here.
Okay. And I'm going to mute Chris. I need a sillier winter hat. Oh, I have one.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. Want me to look that way or more like just past the camera?
Kind of do a recording and see, and you use your best judgment. I'll be right back.
Okay. Pretty awesome, huh? Pretty awesome, huh? I still got some kinks to work out, though. Well, I went to the Ice Age to. Well, I went to the Ice Age. I went to the Ice Age to see woolly mammoths and it worked, but I need to figure out how to make the time tube close. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. What? No. Time loop isn't the thing, okay? The tube's been open for 3 days now. It's getting bigger, and Ice Age air has been blowing through constantly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm working on it. Well, probably a couple of days. Well, probably a couple more. Well, I mean,
Things are scattered
probably a
throughout
couple
different
more days.
dimensions and being worn by famous individuals. I think that would be fun too. I agree with the hat, but we're gonna make it better.
I have to perfect the time tube. I have to perfect the time. I have to perfect the time tube tech, then come back here and give it to myself.
Suddenly, another more disheveled version of the time traveler appears in the room. So,
Is this the fix?
we get better. Hold on. I've got to look as goofy as hell. Oh, hold on.
What should I wear to look disheveled?
Do you have a shirt with holes in it?
Yeah.
How quick that was. We get to be cold.
If I don't, it's been thrown away.
All right. All right, I got to mute. Dude, I can't believe you actually invented the time machine. Like what? Like what? Time tube? Time tube. What? Does it need lube or something? Wait, this is because of you? Fix it! Fix it! How long is it going to take?
Oh, didn't come back far enough. Doesn't matter. Here.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! This time!
I didn't come back far enough.
This time!
Doesn't matter. Here.
That's gonna have to be it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, turns out the solution
I just need a couple minutes.
yeah, turns out the solution was time loop. Anyway,
I'm breaking the audio for you. I'm not breaking the audio.
Anyway, hopefully it works this time. All right. This is going to be low budget home movie style, but who cares? People will like it.
Yeah, whatever take I just got is gonna have to do because I, like I said, I can make myself shiver realistically, but it does cause pain. So I'm done. Someone get him some muscle relaxers. That's for later.
Do you want these on Discord or Dropbox?
Put it on Dropbox. Just because it's a low budget doesn't mean we need to make it extra low budget. I'm sorry. shoot. Fuck. Mm.
You okay?
Ah, there we go. I had to pop my arm back in place. Well, to everyone here, one of the first things Chris said to me today wasn't like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Because he knows what I've been dealing with the last couple days. First question was, "Hey, how you feeling?" Oh,
Well, because I was also saying, please don't say good enough to go live. Please don't say good enough to. No, I'm just
movie style. You all need fisheye lens. What lantern rings are perfect for your characters? So Chris would be rage, would be red. You don't see him get angry, but when he gets angry, he gets angry. That's his secret. He's always angry. Levi's, I think, would be yellow, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Either that or it'd be Napa red, John orange, and then Levi yellow. And the Levi yellow.
Straight. Bill Pullman's second cousin stole his video camera. Love you guys, and this is the first time I caught it live. Hey, whether or not you had too much bourbon, glad to have you here. Papa Penguin pontificates. Glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, yes.
I ate.
Hydrate. Take your
hydrated.
meds and eat your food if you have. I have done all those except the last bit of medicine because
I don't qualify for Medicaid though. So.
Oh my God, fucking Medicaid bills are. Part of me like wishes I almost kept my Medicaid because of how many bills I have. Another part of me is like I still would have had a good portion of those bills because they weren't covered by Medicaid anyways. So I would have paid an extra $200 a month to pay another $400, and it wouldn't have made sense. Did Levi just call Chris an ogre? Yeah, sure, why not? But like $40K, where everything he imagines can become a reality. I'm gonna call it here. That really took a lot out of me, everyone. I am sorry. I've got my ribs hurting, and
no, you're all good, man.
That's it for me, everyone. I'm gonna talk with Chris a couple minutes afterwards because I can lean back and I don't have to like be in camera frame. Because like if I'm relaxed, I'm gonna show you guys. This is why like I don't do super long streams. I'm gonna show you what relax looks like when I'm hanging out with my kids. Oh. There's a problem with this. You can see my great background. But unless I manually go in here.
It's fine, dude.
Hold on. I want to know if I can. Yeah, see, no. It doesn't let me. I'd have to move it downward. Look at my head. And my balding head. Although that's not too bad. That's much better than last year. Not me being excited that my hair is coming back properly. Too bad it's gone for you.
Oh, that's what's going on.
Oh, he wasn't paying attention. Is that who I think it is? Do we get to make fun of Chris real quick? Or is that smaller child? No, it's not. It's smaller child. It's not mean child.
Egghead.
I prefer smaller child.
Okay, we're done. All
right, everybody, you know the drill. Have an Acme Day is whatever it is, and the whole spiel.
I don't have my inhaler down here.
We're gonna call it because of pain. Everyone have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
See you in a second night to you.